Hey, good morning, guys. This is Jimmy from Primer is Best. It's another beautiful day the Lord has blessed us with. I'm so happy to be alive, and you should be too. You should be too. Woke up to another new day the Lord has made. Today, I'm waxing this 2009 Hyundai Accent. Hyundai Accent. Y'all might remember this car, or if you're new to the channel, my wife, Mrs. PIB, that stands for Primer is Best. If you are new to the channel, Primer is Best, please like and subscribe to the channel, Primer is Best. My wife, this was her mother's car. Her mother passed away last year, 2023, October of 2023, and we now own this car. And it's a good little old car. It's real cheap on gas, runs good. My mother-in-law, in her latter part of her life, got to where she didn't drive it. So we drove her everywhere she needed to go, or picked up things for her. And she kept telling me, she said, Jimmy, she said, make sure you take good care of this car. And, because, one day it will be, my daughter's and your car, Jimmy. So, but I mean, I did anyway, I didn't really know who it was going to go to be honest with you. It doesn't matter. It's a good little old car, and I'm glad to have it, don't get me wrong, but, whether I got the car or not, I was going to take care of it just because it was my mother-in-law, and she wasn't able to. Does that make sense? So, I always started the car. I kept the car, I'd drive it around a little bit, not much, but a little bit, and, just kept it in good running condition, and so now we have it. So today I'm going to give it a good wax job again. This will be the second time I've waxed it since we've had it. I think I waxed it right before winter time started in 2023. And this will be the second time. And if I have time today, I might put Cerakote on it. I don't know. It really doesn't need it. I don't know if I will or not. Just depends on how the day goes. But it's going to be a scorcher today, so I'm going to get on it, and I'll show you around the car. It's a 4-cylinder automatic. It's very clean. My wife and I keep it clean. It's got 156,162 miles. Good little car, comfortable. It's pretty peppy, believe it or not. Pretty peppy. Let's see, I don't know if this back's, yeah, it's unlocked. We always keep an old towel in here in case you have to. It's clean, but it's just stained. Pretty comfortable car, for a cheap car. My wife likes it a lot. She said it's pretty peppy. She's driving this one right now, this 2005 Scion XP. But when I get this cleaned up, good and waxed and stuff, we're going to be swapping out, and she'll be driving this one again, and I'll park this in the garage for now. So, yeah, it's a nice little car, and good car for, short trips, whatever. And here's the wax I'm using. I'm using turtle wax in the paste. It's cheap, and it does a good job. No, don't open it.
I see which.
I'm going to use this one first. That's my wife, Miss PIB. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Hang on, guys. Okay, guys, Mrs. PIB is going to pick up one of our grandchildren and take them to their sporting practice, football practice. Football practice in the morning, then in the afternoon it's basketball practice. But that keeps them out of trouble, right? Yeah. So she's got that duty to perform, get them to their destinations. And I'm going to ask y'all a dumb question, but if you're new to the channel, I listen to oldies but goodies. Oldies but goodies. 50s, 60s, 70s. Anyway, I've often wondered this. But have you ever heard that song, Ode to Billy Joe? No, not Billy Joe. Ode to, the heck was it? Ode to Billy. I went blank. What about Ode to Billy Joe? That's not it. Hang on, I gotta look it up, guys. I think I was saying Billy Joe. I meant Billy Joe. Billy Joe. I thought that's the right answer, but it's coming out Joe out of my mouth. But Ode to Billy Joe. So when you listen to that song by Bobby Gentry, I've heard that song for, I think it came out in '67. I was 10 years old, so I've heard it 50 years. You know, it's an old song. But what in the heck are they talking about in that song? Why did he jump off the Tallahatchie Bridge? They even made a movie about it. I still don't know. What, if you've ever heard that song, what's your thoughts on it? Why did he jump off the Tallahatchie Bridge? While y'all's doing that, thinking about that, pondering on that question, I'm going to get started. I'm going to do the hardest part first, top, windows, hood, trunk lid. Then I'll be doing the sides and the front and the back, of course. Show you what I get done here in a minute, guys. Hang in there, all right? Okay, guys, just to show you, I've got all the wax on the top. The trunk lid, the whole trunk lid, the windows, sides, the roof, windshield, and the hood. So, just thought I'd show you. Some people don't do this, put a car wax on, but I do. I always have good luck with it, and you know, just make sure you get it all off, especially like on your windows. I've got two clean rags. They're stained, but you know, they're clean. And I'm going to be taking this stuff off, and thought I'd show you what I'm doing and to take a break from the news. The news come on the radio, and this country's going down the tube so fast it's not even funny anymore. Never was, but I just get so disheartened listening to the news. I prefer to pray to the Lord, and here's some good news that he's coming soon. So anyway, now I'm going to take this stuff off. It's this paste wax, turtle wax. It's pretty good stuff. It's cheap. It comes with an applicator. This one, I've used it a bunch on different vehicles lots of times. And you know, it's relatively cheap. Like $6-7, maybe $8 at the most. I'm sure they make better paste wax, but for dollar for what I do, this works fine. And it's not real hard to get off. I mean, it's, you know, got to use a little bit of muscle, but you know, I need to lose I need to lose a little bit of weight anyway, so it's all good. So just thought I'd show you what I'm doing when I get done with this. If you ever car wax anything, whatever, you know, wax whatever, pick you out a dividing, you know, stopping point. Like I use this right here from here up. I have wax. I've got the whole trunk lid. You know, I always use boundaries so I don't, you know, forget where I was at. So I've got all of this done. And yep, some people's never used a paste wax, you know, hand wax job. I started this probably about 20 minutes ago, and I'm into it right now about 20 minutes. You know, just putting it on, listening to the radio, and sometimes singing along. Not too loud. I don't want to mess with the neighbors, but you know, sing along a little bit. Anyway, let me get this stuff off. Well, I can kind of show you, I guess, what I'm doing. It's relatively easy. I'll start out with this one here. I'm right-handed, so let me get my right hand here. And you can immediately feel the difference. I mean, it's just so smooth. You just got to remember to get it all off. And on a white car, light colored car, it's a little more difficult because it's kind of hard to see the paste wax. Anyway, I got to lift the wipers up. But I mean, it's not hard to do. Anybody can, you know, if you're trying to take care of your car or truck, anybody can do this. I'll have to open up the hood and get in between some of these little crevices here to make sure all the wax is off. But yeah, it's not hard to do. Main thing is just give yourself a little bit of time. Make sure you drink plenty of water. I live in East Tennessee and it gets hot. It's been being in the 90s. Just make sure you got some water to drink and you know, go at it. I'll have this done in a little while. It's nothing like this truck here when I hand waxed it. I mean, that took 2.5 hours. This won't take, in my opinion, after doing that truck, it won't take no time at all. Now, it's hard to tell the difference on white, but I'm telling you guys, it's huge. And I know some people's probably thinking, well, Jimmy, why you take care of stuff like this? You know, most people would call this well, a lot of my vehicles actually would probably call this a throwaway car, I guess, or, you know, work car, whatever. But I've always tried to, you know, take care of everything I have to the best of my ability. You can see what a good shine it's got. You know, if you go to work every day, and it's you know, speaking for myself, some people enjoy their jobs. My dad enjoyed his job very much. You know, he had an interesting job. And but me, on the other hand, not so much. Stand there, you know, or welding or whatever, you know, day in, day out, and or you're running a spot welder. You know, I've had different jobs in my lifetime. One of them was making toilet paper and paper towels at a facility. I won't tell you the name, but that was a good job. But my goodness, it was a swing shift. And I'll tell you what, it's 12-hour swings. And, you know, you work 2 weeks of a day shift, you know, and then 2 weeks of night shift, you know, 6 in the morning till 6 in the evening on a day shift, you know. Let's see, it was 6 in the morning till 6:30 in the evening, I think. Sometimes you had to stay for a meeting and tell the other shift what was going on or why something broke down or something. You were accountable for yourself and your team. They had the A team, B team, C team, and D team. And you had to account for your, you know, what happened, why did this not work, or, you know, or why did something work. You know, you had to account for what went on, and sometimes it was my turn and I had to go speak for the rest of the group. And so, you know, time I done that and get out of there, you know, 30 minutes later, and then drive home for an hour and you know, get you a shower, get in the bed, and try to sleep during the day with people cutting trees. I never had so many folks put roofs on their house until I worked, you know, swing shift, trying to sleep during the day. There's always somebody hammering, sawing, dogs barking, tons of traffic, everybody blowing their horn, hey, how you doing, whatever, you know, and I mean, that's just part of it. But I mean, I stayed tired all the time. It was a good job. I enjoyed my job there, but man, that drive. So, you know, the time I drove an hour there and back, that was 2 hours, 12-hour shift and all that. I mean, there was not much time to eat or get very much sleep. I stayed tired all the time. I stayed give out tired all the time. I just never could. By the time I got used to, maybe somewhat sleeping during the day, it was time to go to day shift. Then I was trying to get used to sleeping at night. Then the time I got used to that, it was time to swap back. And I mean, you could look at your teammates and everybody was tired. Of course, the advantage would be if you lived close to that facility, it would make a huge difference. But, that driving, I quit that job. And I'll tell you why. It's because I was on the interstate driving, and, getting off night shift. And, the sun coming up like it is now. And, but I found myself, nodding off a little bit. I'd catch myself. I'd feel my head bob. And, I was talking to the Lord. I said, I need to find something else to do. I said, as much as I love this job, and our two boys is living at home at the time, and I didn't want them to have to move to a new school right at the end of their school career, as far as junior high and high school. I wanted them to stay with their classmates, and I've done that for several years, doing this, what I'm telling you, and so I thought, well, I'm going to kill myself or kill somebody, something, and I thought it's time for me to move on. I just never could get used to it. So I did. So I went back to welding and done that for many, many years. I quit a welding job to go make toilet paper and paper towels, which was very interesting. It's just that shift. I'd rather been on a straight 8-hour shift, a straight seconds or a straight thirds or a straight days, something other than swing shift. And now, if you've never worked swing shift, man, it sounds great. It sounds great. You go in, start out the week. You go in, you work Monday, Tuesday. Then you're off Wednesday, Thursday. Then you work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then you're off Monday and Tuesday. Then you work Wednesday and Thursday. And then you're off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So every other weekend you're working. But you could actually make plans. I'm scooting that stool. Anyway, you could actually make plans to do something, with your family or whatever. But it's just kind of, see what I mean about horn honking, which is good. But anyway, I tell you guys, it's just rough. Was for me. I was quite a bit younger. I quit a welding job, like I said, welding in petroleum trailers and aluminum welding. I done that for years and years and years and years and years. And I was wanting to change of pace. I was in my 30s, maybe early 40s. Yeah, I'm trying to think how old I was. But I thought, well, if I'm ever going to make the move, I need to do something now before I supposedly get too old to do anything. And so I did, and I went to making toilet paper and paper towels. And like I said, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed my team I worked with. I was on A-Team, believe it or not, like the TV show, A-Team. And, everybody got along good, and, had some good folks on all the teams. I made friends with all the team, all the team members, whatever, employees. But, like I said, it's just kind of rough adjusting. And I got to the point, I'd come home, take the two boys to school while my wife was getting ready to go to her job, and take the two boys to school, and then come home, get me a shower, and then I'd lay down, and I don't know why, but I just got in a habit. At 11 o'clock, about the time Price is Right was coming on, that's when I'd wake up, and I could not go back to sleep. I'd be so tired, but I just could not go back to sleep. I just couldn't. My eyes would be hurting. I mean, I'd lay there, toss and turn, have the fan on. I had a sound machine that, you know, kept me from hearing other things going on outside for the most part. But you can't avoid some of it. But I just never could go back to sleep. So I'd finally get up frustrated, and by then I was mad at myself because I couldn't go back to sleep. And then, you know, maybe later in the afternoon before I had to go in, might sleep 30 minutes, then go back and start another day. I mean, it sounds good on paper. Hey, I'm off every other day, or, you know, I work 2 days. The most days I ever worked, you know, was 3 days in a row. You know, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And, but I tell you, when you get off night shift, you know, 12-hour swings, you know, you're trying to get back to sleeping at night. Well, I'd sit up all day, you know, trying to get used to sleeping at night. And I don't care, you know, I wouldn't eat nothing, because if I ate anything, I found out if I ate anything, if I sat down and ate anything, I was asleep. I mean, I couldn't hold my head up. I was so tired. Hang on, guys. Okay, I had to get up from under the wipers. I'm sorry. I'm talking too much. I'm showing you what I'm doing. And I didn't realize how much I had been talking. So give y'all a break, and I'll finish this up, and I'll put some more wax on the sides. We'll see y'all in just a minute, okay? Hang in there. Okay, guys, we are done. Probably took me... My wife came home and helped me, by the way, just a little bit, take some of the wax off. But by the time she got home, I was already, you know, in the lower section here. She just helped me take some wax off. She's preparing herself to steam clean the seats. Sorry, my rag's in the way, and so is my fingers. Apologize for that. She's going to steam clean the seats while it's a good warm day, and we can back it back up in the garage with the windows down, let it air out really good, and I think we'll be good to go. I told y'all at the beginning of the video I was going to put some Cerakote on, but I don't think I'm going to. It's still pretty shiny black, and I'll do it before wintertime sets in again. This is it. It's a little 4-cylinder car, and runs really good. So anyway, y'all seen... I thought you was going to start over here where I got
I couldn't remember what side you said on.
where the cord's at.
Oh, well, the door was open over here.
Okay, I'll drag the cord over here. You have to have power.
Yeah.
Well, I'll plug it up. Let me end the video and I'll plug it up for you. Don't put it on that car. It's not gun cleaning it. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, she's back. So,
It's like having another teenager, huh?
kinda, yeah. Kinda like having another teenager. So I'm going to help her get some of this stuff out of here, guys. And I thank you for watching. You're watching Primer at Its Best. That's my wife, Mrs. PIB. Say bye.
Bye.
And I'm also on Facebook, Primer at Its Best, Instagram, Primer at Its Best. Got a second YouTube channel called Man on a Budget. I'm on Instagram, Man on a Budget 1. We've been doing yard sales, flea markets, and yard sales and thrift store adventures on Man on a Budget that you might enjoy watching. I don't know if you like hanging out with us. It might be something that you might enjoy. I don't know what the heck he is. Anyway, he's gone now. Anyway, I did wax up and under the trunk and all that other stuff. Door jams. I waxed the door jams without showing y'all. But anyway, y'all get the gist of it. So, y'all have a blessed day today. The Lord is good. The Lord is great. And I'm so glad to be alive, and you should be too. Thank you for watching. Please give me a thumbs up. And let me know if you enjoyed the channel or not, the video. And I have lots of videos, guys. Be sure to check them out. Give me a thumbs up. It sure would help my channel to grow. Primer at Its Best. And I thank y'all for tuning in on this little 2009 Hyundai Accent. See y'all later. God bless y'all. Stay safe and pray for others. Help those in need whenever you can. God bless you. See y'all later.